Have you ever wondered why some people, no matter how smart or talented they are, never really move forward in life? They talk big, they dream big, but years pass, and nothing changes. They keep waiting for the right time, for motivation, for a sign. And slowly, without even realizing it, they drift. Napoleon Hill called this habit drifting the most dangerous thing a human being can ever fall into. It's not a sudden failure. It's slow death. A mental trap that eats your potential day by day, while you keep thinking you're fine. Drifting is when you stop thinking for yourself. When you start living on autopilot, scrolling, complaining, wishing, comparing, but never really acting. You wake up every morning, go through the motions, and tell yourself you'll change someday. But someday never comes. Hill said that the devil's greatest weapon isn't fear or pain, and it's drifting. Because when you drift, you lose control of your mind. You stop asking questions. You stop challenging yourself. You stop growing. You just exist. And what's worse, the world rewards drifters. It gives you comfort, entertainment, distractions. Everything you need to feel okay while your dreams quietly die inside you. That's the modern trap. You're comfortable but not fulfilled. Busy but not productive. Surrounded by people yet deeply disconnected from yourself. Hill warned that drifting begins the moment you stop having a definite purpose. The moment you stop setting goals, you become vulnerable to everything around you. People's opinions, social media noise, negativity, laziness. And when that happens, you don't control your life anymore. Life controls you. Most people don't fail because they never tried. They fail because they never decided what they truly wanted. They wake up every day reacting instead of creating. They go where the crowd goes, not where their soul wants to go, and the crowd is always drifting. Napoleon Hill once said, "If you don't control your mind, someone else will." And that's exactly what drifting is and losing. Control over your own thoughts. You start believing what others tell you. You accept mediocrity as normal. You justify your inaction by saying, "I'm just waiting for the right time." But the truth is harsh. There is no right time. The longer you wait, the deeper you drift. And one day you look back and realize years are gone. The opportunities you dreamed of are gone, and you're left with regret. Drifting is silent. It doesn't knock on your door. It hides behind comfort, routine, and distraction. It's in the 5-minute breaks that turn into 3-hour scrolls. It's in the endless excuses we make. "I'll start tomorrow. I'm tired. I'm not ready yet." But tomorrow never saves anyone. Only discipline does. Only purpose does. Only clarity does. So Hill's message is not just about success. It's about self-awareness. The first step out of drifting is realizing you're in it. You must wake up and ask yourself, am I leading my life or is life leading me? Because every drift begins with one small compromise, skipping one plan, delaying one decision, doubting one dream, and that's how the devil wins. Not by destroying you instantly, but by slowly convincing you that doing nothing is okay. You see, drifting doesn't always look like failure. Sometimes it looks like peace. Like you're just taking a break, like you're waiting for things to fall into place. But that's the trick. Drifting makes you comfortable with waiting. It convinces you that stillness is safety when in reality stillness is decay. Napoleon Hill said that drifting is the natural state of anyone who doesn't think for themselves. It starts quietly. You stop setting goals. You stop questioning your habits. You stop asking why you're doing what you're doing. And then one day, your dreams no longer excite you. They just feel distant. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself you'll start tomorrow? How many times have you looked at your phone and felt that strange guilt that you're wasting your time, but still kept scrolling? That's drifting. It's not laziness, it's hypnosis. The mind becomes numb. The spark dies a little each day. Hill described the drifter as someone who goes through life without a plan, without a purpose, without a backbone. They follow the crowd, adopt its habits, and become part of its noise. And the scary part is, the world is built to make you drift. Social media rewards distraction. Schools reward memorization, not imagination. Jobs reward obedience, not creativity. Everything around you is designed to keep you busy, but not conscious. You're surrounded by motion, but very little meaning. That's what Hill warned us about. The invisible enemy. The enemy that doesn't attack you from the outside, but lives quietly in your comfort zone. It whispers, "You're fine. Don't stress. Take it easy." And while you listen, life moves forward without you. Drifting is not about doing nothing. It's about doing everything except what truly matters. You might work hard, stay busy, meet people, make money. But if none of it aligns with your real purpose, you're still drifting. You're just drifting in style. And that's why Hill said, "The only thing that saves a man from drifting is a definite purpose." Purpose gives your mind direction. It acts like a compass when the world tries to pull you in every direction. Without it, you'll chase temporary happiness and end up empty. A drifter says, "I'll start when I'm ready." But a thinker says, "I'll start now and learn on the way." That's the difference between people who live and people who just exist. You can spot drifting easily if you look closely. If your days all look the same. If your progress has been standing still for months. If you feel stuck but don't know why, you're drifting. And it's okay to admit that. Awareness is not weakness, it's power. Because once you see the trap, you can break it. Hill said that the devil captures 98% of people through drifting. He doesn't need to destroy them. He just keeps them distracted. They become too busy surviving to ever start truly living. And you can feel that truth today more than ever. You see people addicted to comfort. They hate their routines but are scared to change them. They talk about dreams but never move toward them. They seek motivation, but what they really need is clarity. Clarity comes when you decide what you want, not vaguely but specifically. You can't defeat drifting if you don't know where you want to go. A ship without a destination will always be lost at sea. That's why Hill kept repeating, "Fix your purpose. Burn it into your mind." Because once your purpose becomes stronger than your comfort, drifting loses its power. But if your purpose is weak, if it's just a wish, not a decision, drifting will pull you back again and again. So ask yourself right now, what is my definite purpose? What do I truly want, not what others expect from me? Not what looks good online, but what sets my soul on fire? Because once you find that, once you truly commit to it, drifting ends. Here's the scariest part about drifting. It often hides behind hard work. Yes, even busy people drift. You can work 12 hours a day, feel exhausted, and still be drifting, because motion is not progress. Hill said most people mistake activity for purpose. They keep themselves busy so they don't have to face the truth that they're lost. You might have seen this in your own life. You wake up early, check your phone, answer messages, study, work, scroll, watch something, sleep, and then repeat. It looks productive, but deep down, you know nothing meaningful is happening. You're just surviving, not evolving. That's the illusion of progress, the deadliest form of drifting. You keep moving just to avoid silence because silence forces you to think, and thinking is uncomfortable when you don't like where your life is going. Hill said drifting begins in the mind. Once your mind loses discipline, everything else follows. You lose focus, you lose control, and then you lose time. Days blur together, goals fade away, and your energy gets scattered across 100 meaningless things. That's how drifting works. It doesn't take your effort. It takes your attention. And when your attention is gone, your power is gone. In Outwitting the Devil, Hill describes how the devil said, "I control people by making them think they are thinking." That means people believe they're making choices, but in reality, they're reacting to trends, to emotions, to others' opinions. That's not thinking. That's drifting disguised as decision-making. You might think you're choosing your path, but if your choices come from fear, comparison, or pressure, they're not yours. And that's how drifting steals individuality. You become a reflection of everything around you. Hill believed the mind must be trained like a muscle. Every time you make a conscious choice, no matter how small, you strengthen it. But every time you avoid responsibility, you weaken it. That's why drifting spreads so easily. It feeds on indecision. Indecision is the breeding ground for drifting. The longer you take to decide, the more the world decides for you. And you know what's funny? Deep down, people always know what they should do. They just don't do it because doing it means facing pain, effort, rejection, or failure. So they drift instead, because drifting feels easier. But Hill warned that comfort comes with a cost. The cost is your freedom. The drifter lives a life of reaction. The thinker lives a life of creation. So how do you stop drifting? Hill's answer was clear. Discipline your mind to think independently. Don't accept things just because others do. Don't follow trends just because they're popular. Don't choose comfort just because it's available. Choose growth even if it's hard. Drifting ends when you start questioning yourself. Why am I doing this? Is it leading me somewhere or just keeping me busy? Is this my choice or someone else's expectation? The moment you ask those questions, you interrupt the drift. You break the pattern. Napoleon Hill believed that the devil fears only one type of person, the one who thinks. Because a thinking person cannot be controlled. They live with intention. They act with purpose. They know who they are and what they want, and nothing can quietly pull them off course. But thinking is not enough. You have to act on those thoughts. That's where most people fail. They think but never do. They plan but never execute. They wait but never begin. And as they wait, the drift grows stronger. So you want to stop drifting? Do this. The next time your mind says, "I'll do it later," reply, "No, I'll do it now." That single decision can rewrite your entire life. Because the truth is, drifting is not a permanent state. It's a habit. And like any habit, it can be broken. One conscious decision at a time. So here's the truth, Napoleon Hill wanted you to understand, and with the real battle of life is not against the world. It's not against circumstances, luck, or other people. The real battle is within your own mind. If you lose control over your thoughts, you lose everything. Because drifting doesn't steal your dreams, it steals your will to chase them. It convinces you that it's okay to live small, to wait, to fit in. And every time you listen, a piece of your potential fades away. Hill said the devil doesn't need to destroy people. He just keeps them distracted long enough that they never wake up. That's the world we live in now, full of noise, full of endless comfort, full of entertainment that numbs your hunger for purpose. But here's the good news, son. The power to break that spell is already inside you. It's the moment you say, "Enough. I choose to think for myself." That's the exact second you stop drifting. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need the approval of anyone. You just need a decision, a real one. Every great life begins with that single act of mental rebellion, refusing to drift. You reclaim your time. You reclaim your focus. You reclaim your purpose. Ask yourself right now, what am I doing with my life? Is this who I wanted to be 5 years ago? If not, when will I change? Because if you don't decide now, drifting will decide for you. Napoleon Hill believed that only 2% of people ever truly think. Everyone else just reacts. Don't be part of the 98%. Don't let the world write your story while you're busy scrolling, watching, or waiting. Your life is too valuable to waste on autopilot. You were not born to drift, you were born to direct. So today, take back control. Start that thing you've been postponing. Speak that truth you've been avoiding. Move toward that dream you've been doubting. Because once you stop drifting and start living with intention, something incredible happens. The same world that used to pull you down starts opening doors for you. Opportunities appear. Energy returns. Clarity grows. And in that moment, you'll realize the devil never had power over you. You just forgot that you had power over yourself. So wake up, choose your direction, protect your mind, and remember Hill's warning. The most dangerous habit isn't failure. It's drifting.